Hey guys, Buck here at BTM Scale Modeling, and welcome back to the bench. Actually, we got a lot done this week with the Enterprise D. The video will explain it as we go. I did some work this week between working out and going to work. I knew that I needed to get a little bit further on this build, get some more done other than just Saturdays and Sundays, which has primarily been what's happening. I think you guys, well, I hope you guys are impressed with the work that's gotten done and what she's starting to look like and how she's coming together. I also am trying a couple of new techniques in this video. I wanted to show you guys the process of laying the round 2 decals down with the saucer section because they were so big. So I'm trying a couple of things in the program that I use to edit these videos together to help bring that to you so you guys can see the process that goes on with that, especially for you guys just really getting into building these larger kits and maybe thinking about getting the round 2 decals and taking your builds up to that next level. Also, it's Saturday night, so I'm putting this together a little earlier than I normally do. Tomorrow I have put aside to continue helping my son with his World War I project for English, so I need to spend some time doing that with him. But also, guys, if you notice, got a new logo at the beginning of the video, and I want to thank Ralph at TenaControls for allowing me to post that with these videos. Guys, if you haven't checked out Ralph's project or product yet, sorry, you really need to. I'm using one of his boards in the Enterprise D right now, which lights up the navigation strobes. But did get some packages in this week. Wanted to show you guys real quick. As you guys know, the Enterprise D is my stage up to the work on the Voyager I'm fixing to do. But I wanted to show you the product that Ralph sends and how he sends it. So you guys, I really encourage you to go check out his site. You can order his product straight from his site or order it from HDA Model Works. Boyd in the model shop is an avid friend of his, uses all his stuff. Any of his Starship builds has TenaControl boards. But when Ralph sends his stuff to you, these are the computer boards for the Voyager that we're going to be using. And as you can see, everything is very well packaged. Just to show you, this is going to run the warp effect, the phasers, the navigation, strobes, everything. And then you can tie in your interior lighting to it too. This kit is going to have 3 boards. This is actually the soundboard, and the remote, just to show you guys real quick, of the effects. So we're going to have warp effect, we're going to have phasers, we're going to have photon torpedoes, and we're also going to do the ramp up on the deflector dish. Now, he primarily made that for the Enterprise A refit, or the Enterprise Constitution from the motion picture, but you can use it. He does say, you know, when you look at the product, you can use it for this board, which I'm going to. Also, there's 2 parts to the Voyager. You can just buy the boards and use your own lighting, or like I do, I buy the lighting that he supplies with it because sometimes I don't have enough. Sometimes it's just great to have extra. But as you can see, guys, everything comes pre-packaged. He has resistors. He adds all that. There's he supplies the speakers for this one, and also the ribbon power cable, which you guys have seen me. I'm starting to use with the Enterprise D. Now today I got the like I said, I've got the deflector ramp up for the Voyager, and like I said again, it's very well packaged. It comes clean. He takes real great care to give you what you order. His instructions are very easy and very easy to use. If you got any basic lighting experience or any questions, if you do buy his boards and you have any questions, you can email him, or you can ask questions for the builders that have been using his product. And shameless plug, but any Starship I do now, I've experimented with a couple of different companies over the last few years, and I bought the TenaControl board for the Enterprise D, and I'm now a lifelong fan of Ralph and TenaControls, so I will be using his boards in all my Starship builds. With that being said, my wife cringes because I have the J.J. Abrams Enterprise and my Enterprise refit to buy lighting and boards for. So yes, that will probably be next tax season. But other than that, guys, I want to wish you a happy weekend, and I hope you guys have a great week. Please enjoy the video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. Any advice, any critiques, any feedback, or just overall general, hey, great job, please leave it. I try to respond to them all in a very timely manner, at least within 12 to 24 hours to get back to you guys. So I want to thank you to all my new subscribers and to my returning subscribers. And let's get to the bench and see what we got done this week. Okay guys, it's Sunday, and I did get a little work done last night and today. Like I said, the boy wanted to play some video games, so I just let him play his games. Wanted to show you what I did get done. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit just to show you. This is the touch-up paint I've been doing, and I've been using mostly a regular paintbrush. I know it, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, you can definitely tell the different tones between this gray and the regular gray. Now what this is, and it's still the same primary color, but because this has been glossed a couple of times, it's kind of showing up a little bit lighter than this. So with all the paint blocking I've done, and then doing this, I know this is what we call the oh my god, what have I just done to my kit phase. But trust me, this is going to come out. And there's a couple of steps we're going to do that. One is we're going to be putting in the round 2 decals. Now those decals are going to cover a lot of this up. And then on top of that, we'll put the regular kit decals. And then on top of that, guys, I weather, and I'm going to do a slight weathering to the ship. I'm sorry, anything that travels in space, even with deflector shields, it's going to pick up a little grime. I mean, come on, it's a ship, and not everything can be stopped by one deflector. But what I'm going to use is this. I don't even know if you guys can find it anymore. I was lucky enough to get a tube, but this is Abteilung, it's German, and this is called Starship Filth. It's ABT F510 Starship Filth, and I was able to get it from Hobby Link. Like I said, this is an oil-based weathering. It's oil, and I will show you guys when I go and everything's done how to do that. But I just wanted to show you guys that the light blocking has been completed. The next step is I'm going to gloss it again, and that sets it up for being ready for decals. So as you guys can see, we don't have those little where I did the panel line etching. Now the panel lines are still there, but it's completely blocked, and we've gotten all the light block around the marker lights done. We have gotten the trench line of the saucer section done, and if I can set this here, the top section's completely done. Now, like I said, the next step is I'm gonna gloss it again, and then I'm gonna start applying decals. Also, what I did, guys, I'm going to turn the light back on, so watch for the flare. Sorry. Also what I did is I took a very fine grit sandpaper and I sanded where I added the paint blocking, but I also gave it one really nice light sanding over everything just to kind of rough up that little bit. What this does is, because of all the layers that I've been doing, I want that gloss to have something to seep in and grab a hold of. So when this gloss coat goes down, it'll make a nice, smooth, even surface over the kit. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this, let this finish drying a little bit. The great thing with this paint, it dries within 30 minutes, 40 minutes really well. So I can go and apply that gloss coat, and then we're going to let that sit for a few hours. And then the next step from there is we're going to start slowly applying the round 2 decals. So guys, I'm going to get to that, and we'll come back to it when I start laying in decals. Alright. Okay guys, we're back. Everything's dry, so here's one last look at the saucer section before we start doing the finishing work on it. Like I said, all the pre-painting, all the light blocking is done, all the painting is done. And like I told you, the different shading, I know it kind of is like, yeah, but that's this phase. When we get everything applied, everything done, it's going to look really good. But so the next step, excuse me, is you got to decide which side you're going to do first. Well, I'm going to do the top section. I want to start on that. Want to get everything going there. So pull out our instructions, find our sheets, which I already have set aside. So now it's you just got to plan an attack plan. Okay, do you want to start here? Do you want to start here? Where do you want to start? And then remember, with these decals, you can only apply so many before you have to stop, let them sit, let them dry before you go in again. So I'm kind of curious. I'm thinking I want to start right here, get the bridge done, and then maybe do some on the outer section. So we're going to play it by ear, but that's my plan of attack. So guys, when I get everything ready to go, we'll set a couple down for you to see, and then let's get going. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for, getting more done, so stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back. Well, it's done. The round 2 decals, Aztec decals, are all on, as you can see, lower and upper. And guys, I gotta tell you, pretty cool. They laid down really well. Just for foreknowledge, guys, when you go to do this part, laying in the decals, be careful because of the way the saucer goes here and then goes straight out. Right around here causes a big air bubble sometimes. So be careful on that. Be able to work that out. The only other thing is I have, like I said, I've probably put on at least 3 coats of decal solution of my Salva set. It works great. A lot of the air bubbles do come out. It's just going to take time, guys. You got to keep working with it over a little bit. But another little trick I wanted to show you is on the windows. Sometimes they just won't lay in right, like right here. So let me get this better in there. I don't know if you can check it out, but it's still kind of bubbled. So the easiest thing that I would say to do is I grabbed a toothpick and basically all I did was took the point and just pushed it in, got that air out, and it works fine. Now you might have to, where you have the blackout with the rooms that are off, or some of the decals set, you might have to go back in and do a little touch-up paint, but that's okay. Other than that, the decals worked awesome. They're great. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start work on the kit decals. And basically I'm going to start on the bottom of the saucer and get this done so it gets dry. Then I'll turn it over and do the top. I'm going to run the camera. I've been trying a new technique. I hope you guys have liked it. So show you a little more of work as I do it. I know it probably gets a little boring watching me put on decals, but other than that, not much else going to go on. We're going to finish up with the decaling, so let me get back to work and I'll see you guys soon. Okay guys, before I continue finishing with the decaling, just wanted to share a little bit of advice that I'm finding as I'm working with this kit with all the decals for the detail, the lifeboats, the cargo bays, you know, the registration, the emergency markers, pin striping. This is probably the most decals I've done in one kit. So as I was going through, I was starting to go, okay, where am I at, where am I at, where am I at? So just gonna bring this up and I want to show you guys what I'm doing just to help me keep my place is once I get a decal done, I go and I cross it off on the instructions. It's just a simple little trick to help you keep your place when you're working with these decals, because each panel can be a different number on a lifeboat and it gets kind of confusing. You look at it and go, okay, which one did I use, which one don't I use, where am I at? So as I go working this down, I just keep marking it off. And the other thing is, just like we did with the round 2 decals, when I did this, I started in the middle and I worked my way out and around. The same thing here is I worked my way from the middle back. What I'm doing now is with the kit decals, I'm starting on one side and I'm working completely around the kit. I'm not jumping from side to side on this. So that's my little tidbit on with the decals, the kit decals for the Enterprise D. So I'm going to get back to work because I know you guys are going, well, I want to see more. So I will see you guys here in a little bit when I get more done. All right. Okay guys, welcome back. I'm starting to do the kit decals like I said earlier. Just a couple of quick point outs that I want to show you guys. I'm going to zoom in here and see if I can't. Let me set it down here. Okay. Let me see where we at here. Okay. So right up here is life pods, and one of the things I wanted to tell you guys, with the paint and all the coats that I've been putting on, these are going to be getting more difficult to make out when you go to start doing your other decal work. It's great, but just be forewarned with all the painting and the round 2 decals and then going in. You can still tell it. You can still see the outline, but it's very faint. Just to forewarn you guys, when you go to start putting on the lifeboats and stuff, it might be a little more difficult to make out. So one of the things I did is, you know how I normally, I'll go and rub water to get the decal a little bit. Basically now I'm just damping up a Q-tip and just lightly brushing, and I turn the kit the best way towards me to where I can see what I'm going to be working on, like right here, so that the light, my work light, reflects that detail a lot better. Just wanted to give an FYI. So I'm going to get back to work and getting this decaled. I'm not going to do like I did with the round 2 when I decaled the saucers and experimented with my video work on fast forwarding so you guys could actually see some progress work instead of get back to you, cut, now we're back. Wanted to show you a little bit of that laydown, but I'm not going to do that here. It's just tedious work. So I'm going to keep working on this, and the goal is, before I post the video, to hopefully have this all decaled up, and that way I can get one last coat on it. Well, I got 2 more clear coats to do, 1 gloss and then 1 matte. But I'm going to work on finishing getting the decals. But here's a really good thing, guys. I just wanted to zoom in here. It's now official. We have a marking. Let me see if I can get the glare off of that for you guys. Let's try this here. Yeah, dang light. But it's official. NCC 1701D. It's starting to come together. So I'm going to get back to work, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, welcome back, and here it is. We're almost done. Bottom side's complete. Top side's all complete. Lifeboats, cargo bays, cargo, everything. I thought you guys would like to watch as I put the final 2 decals on, and you'll see why it's kind of very special. It's going to make this even more real. But a quick little note, as you can see, I have the saucer on the platform, but I wanted to show you guys what I did so I could work on the top. Now all this is like I said, it's just a paper towel, but it's a T.B.I turntable. Let's see if I can get it in frame here for you. And that's all it is. And what I did to help protect the bottom, as you guys can, let's see if I can get in with this camera zoomed in. As you guys can see in the middle section, there's not a whole lot going on. The round 2 is already dried decals, so to allow me to work on the top and protect anything I had on the bottom, very simple. Just place you a paper towel or a cloth or whatever, just to help protect it, and then as you can see, you can just set that down. Makes a nice stable little platform to allow you to work. So I think it's about time, guys. We are going to give this ship her name, and if you'll bear with me, we're gonna do that. Let the decal soak. So a couple of takeaways on these kit decals. As I explained to you earlier, with all the layers that you add on, you lose some of the lifeboat detail. You can find it. It's easy. It just takes a little time. The other thing is, with these kit decals, they're surprisingly, they release very quick. You don't have to let them soak, but maybe for 30-40 seconds. Very, very quick. Other than that, I mean, they were a charm. I didn't have any really problem with them. They're very sturdy. One of the things I showed in the video, I didn't apply a lot of water where I was applying them to get them down, so I could still see the detail, because that reflection of the water on there made it hard. But once you get them in place, if you're having a problem moving them, they're kind of sticking on you, just dab your finger in the water and just rub it across, and then you can play with it. You might see it here as I get ready to give her her name. So without further ado, where's my instruction sheet so I can see this, make sure I'm getting in the right spot. Okay, and like I said, just to help, don't need a whole lot of water, but just enough to be able to apply it and move it. And she's looking pretty good right there. So all I'm going to do to pat it down and get the air out is I'm just going to lightly pat down with my paper towel. Like I said, I like that placement. It looks really good. Pretty well centered with the way she needs to be. Now let's give her her name. And just like I said, a little more water right where you're going to work. And a couple of seconds. And we'll be there. Okay, get her out, pat off the excess, and oops, come on, don't be that mean. Again, like I said, just add a little water to be able to tweak it where you need to. I'm pretty happy with that. Pat it down dry. Now let's add the Solvaset and seal her in. Okay, gentlemen, ladies, if you're watching, there is now officially the USS Enterprise NCC 1701D saucer section, completely decaled, done, and lit. It's I tell you, this project's been something from start to finish. We still got a lot left to do. We definitely we still got work on the lower saucer section. Not saucer section, but the secondary hull, which now with this being completely done, a couple of things left to do is I got to do some touch up where the decal closed up on some of the window, and I need to add a little bit more paint. Other than that, it's going to be a gloss coat, seal in everything, and from there it's going to be put to the side. I'm going to wrap it up in cloth, keep it protected, and put it to the side so it doesn't get scratched or damaged, and start finishing work on the secondary hull and getting that finished. Hopefully, now that the biggest part of the kit is done, we can hopefully in the next couple of weeks get going on getting this kit finished and put on its stamp, put on its base, and seeing what she really looks like all together. As you guys know, this is a lead up to my big project for the year, which is going to be the USS Voyager. I've gotten everything in now. Everything, the photo etch, the control boards, the lighting, everything I'm going to need on this kit, and it's going to be phenomenal when I start on this on her. But I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank all my new subscribers. I want to thank you subscribers that have been following me through this journey since November. I know it's been a long, arduous one to get to this point, but it's seeing what she looks like when she's done. I mean, I'm just, like I said, in awe of how well those round 2 decals look. And then putting on the kit decals, I mean, she looks phenomenal. Now, when I go and do a little bit of weathering to blend everything together to take some of the sharpness down, it's going to be even better, even cooler. But that's going to do it for this week on the bench. Guys, it's been heck. It's been frustrating, but it's well worth it when you see what the end product's going to be. Like I said, it's got to dry now before I apply the final coat of gloss to seal everything in before I mat it. But guys, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, if you have any advice, or just want to say hello, please leave a comment on the video, and I will try to answer it like I do with them all in a very timely fashion. I just want to thank everybody again for watching, and we'll see you next week on the bench. Okay, one more tidbit before I see you guys next week, and I wanted you to see this lit up. I've got a little ambient light in the back. The overhead just makes it too bright, and I'm sorry if all the details not popping, but I think you guys can see how well she looks. Let me get my shadow out of the way. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit so you guys can see how that looks. That's what she looks like, lit and ready to go. So I thought you guys might want to take a quick peek at that. Just a little more teaser of what's yet to come. Alright, like I said, guys, please leave me a comment. What you think of the build, any advice, any feedback. If nothing else, just say hi, and I will see you guys again next week on the bench.